hell. He took me to hell. The first thing I seen, inside was all fire, but it was deep, dark, endless hole. People were naked, no hair. They didn't have no hair, they didn't have no clothes on, all naked body. They were standing so close to each other. Seems like they were pushing each other against them because they wanted to get away from fire. Each time they moved, the fire followed them, back and forth, back and forth. Just whole place was fire. These people were standing so close to each other. It looked so pain and sad. And I couldn't help crying so much for them. Then he took it a second time. And I saw same people again. Then I heard the voices. And I looked at the directions. So many Orientals there. And this one lady, she was waving at me, saying, so hot, so hot. I looked at her, and our eyes met each other. That was my mother. When I realized it was my mother, my heart dropped. And I began to cry. I have never felt such pain. Just pain, so pain, I didn't know what to do. And she kept saying hot, hot, and she was waving at me. And the way I seen it, she wanted me to come down and help her. Then I looked. Other people. There was my dad, my stepmother, my young nephew. He died very young, and two friends that I knew. That was such painful memory. And I keep crying, crying, crying. And Lord Jesus told me, Dora, I have a good reason to show you this. But I am hurting more than you are. And I told him, Lord, my mother, she died young. She has been sick for a very long time. I don't think she was a bad person. He said, no matter how good people they are, whoever don't know me, that's the only place to go. But in my heart saying, why you are showing me this to hurt me this way? I thought about that, but I could never angry at him. I couldn't see his face, but I could tell he was crying with me. I just felt that. And he looked so sad. Then he touched my head, took my hand. We walked out there, and I was crying whole time we were walking. Well, in the book explained the very details. So then next visiting, he showed me another sad thing. It was aborted baby. He took me to this one place. There was a huge building. It looked like a warehouse. When we walked in, all I see was babies. Tiny, tiny naked babies. And they were lying side by side. And then I began to cry. Lord, why is so many babies? He said, they are aborted babies. I said, what are you going to do with them? He said, if their mother be saved and they come to heaven, they will have their baby back.
On her 17th trip to heaven, Jesus told Chu that this would be her last trip there. On this, she writes, "His words stirred me deeply. My heart actually ached with the love for my Lord. He stood up, and I knew it was time for us to leave. I continued to cry, but my heart was reassured with the knowledge that I would be with the Lord forever, and that He would always be with me on earth." At the dressing room, an angel of the Lord embraced me. It was so exhilarating to be in a place where so much love, compassion, and understanding were always present. As I changed my clothing, I surmised that both Abraham and the angel knew this would be my last trip to heaven. As I walked out of the changing room, the angel hugged me once more. This angel had blonde hair, flowing white robes, and a face that was tender and warm. The angel smiled at me as I walked towards the Lord.
When the Lord Jesus took me to heaven 17th time, He showed me clouds, and that was the end of my visitation in heaven. The Lord Jesus told me, "This is the last time you are here. I will not bring you here until last day." I just felt I knew this. That was the last day. And I began to cry because I didn't want to leave there. I was holding His arm. I said, "Lord, please don't let me go. I don't want to go because I want to come here over and over." It was very, very sad for me that I couldn't go there anymore, because each time I went with Him in heaven, I saw sad things, but joy, peace, I can never explain the joy, peace I had with Him. Even sad, I still had the joy, peace. So much love. I cried many days for that.
The Bible talks about a day when Jesus Christ will come again for His church.